So hello and welcome to module 13, wireless LAN configuration of switching, routing, and wireless essentials course. So in this module, we're going to configure wireless LAN to support a remote site, configure wireless LAN controller to use management interface, and using WPA2 pre-shared key authentication. So check natin if Packet Tracer supports this feature. Kasi nga Packet Tracer is minimal lang eh. Okay, so kung supported niya, then that's good. Configure wireless LAN controller to use VLAN interface, a DHCP server, and WPA2 enterprise authentication. So check din natin. So if not, limited lang tayo doon sa basic configuration ng wireless LAN controller. Okay. So remote workers, small branch offices, and home network often use a small office and home router. So integrated router siya, no? It includes switch, forward, a client, a port going to the internet. Sometimes may nakalagay na label na one interface, no? Or sa ibang vendor, internet mismo. So these wireless routers typically provide security, DHCP services, integrated NAT, quality of service, no? Some but not all, not all wireless vendor. So take note, cable or DSL modem configuration is usually done by the service provider representative, either on site or remote. So meaning ang focus talaga natin is just to configure this wireless LAN. So of course, ang unang gagawin natin na bilang administrator to configure that is to set up a connection between a wireless router and a computer, no? So gamit tayo ng Packet Tracer to demonstrate this. So dito sa ating Packet Tracer, I will be using the wireless home router. Yan, ito nga palang home router na to is capable of wireless 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. This is wireless AC kasi So, halimbawa typical wireless router sa bahay. Usually gumagamit po tayo or kinakabit muna natin yan sa computer natin using LAN cable on one of the 4 ports, Yan. So, integrated na po yan with DHCP service. So, kapag nag-obtain tayo, may makukuha tayong IP address. And, para ma-access natin yung router na yan, gagamit tayo ng browser. At ilalagay po natin yung gateway address na kung ano man yung gateway na nakita ninyo. So, in this case, this is 0.1. Ayan. So, 192.168.1. Or 0.1. For the user, mostly admin ang user tapos admin din yung password natin. Okay, so best practice muna. Okay, for configuration, the best daw is i-connect wired papunta sa client. Bakit? Possibly meron kasing same device na wireless din sa paligid ninyo, same name. Tapos pang-aparehas itong wireless na kino-configure ninyo. So hindi natin alam sino ba talaga yung kino-connectan natin. So kaya para mas madali siya ma-identify, ikabit natin siya physically using cable. At ayun nga, na-access na natin siya using web interface. Ang susunod na gagawin natin dito is to change router password para even if the client or unwanted user able to access our wireless, makakonect siya sa wireless, pero hindi niya mapapasok itong management, no, yung kasi may password eh. Papalitan natin yung password. So some wireless vendor allows you to change also the username. Mas maganda yung ganun. Saka yung paggamit ng secure web. So meaning kapag in-enable natin yung HTTPS dito, tapos din-disable natin HTTP, then every time that we wanted to go inside the router is HTTPS then the IP address. Kaya lang dito sa packet tracer naka-disable siya. Save natin. Okay, so successful po nating napalitan ng ating IP address. So susunod na gagawin natin, balik tayo dun sa pinaka setup. Pinapalitan ko rin ito, yung LAN IP address, kasi common na siya. Common na siya dahil doon sa nakalagay sa manual, no? Kunyari kung may makadetect niya na kapitbahay, iisipin niya na yan yung IP address. So it's up to you if you wanted to change the IP address, no? On my practice kasi ginagawa ko talaga ito. Yeah, pwedeng subnet mask retain natin siya. Regarding dito, hindi pa siya mapapalitan hanggat hindi natin siya sinesave, no? Ayan, so pwede nyo na palitan ngayon ito ng start IP address. Pero balik tayo sa PC. Sa tunay na device yan, madi-disconnect tayo, no? So check muna natin if we have an IP address. Ayan. So ngayon kung i-access natin yung uli yung wireless router, 172 na siya. Okay. So ngayon kung configure naman natin yung wireless, no? Ito kasi capable ng tatlong SSID, so multiple siya, multiple channel. Pero focus muna tayo dito sa 2.4. Ito disable muna natin, no? Kasi sa tunay na device ibabato niya yan. Makikita ng naka wireless AC na cellphone, makaka-connect siya dyan. So i-disable muna natin siya. And then always practice to change the service set identifier, no? The purpose of service set identifier is to give an identity diyan sa wireless natin, So halimbawa lang Hendrix Wi-Fi. Itong channel na to, kung meron ka lang multiple wireless router sa area ninyo, okay, para hindi magbanggaan or mag-interfere sa isa't isa, dapat non-overlapping channel. Kunyari 1, 6, 11. So yun yung practice eh. Merong vendor na umaabot yun sa 13 yung channel, dito kasi sa Pilipinas ito yung common na ginagamit natin. So hayaan na lang muna natin siya na channel 1, Bisa naka-auto channel pa nga siya. Ibig sabihin pagka naka-detect siya ng same frequency, babaguhin niya, Babaguhin niya sarili niya frequency. Okay, so wala pang password yan. Okay, so let's configure authentication for this router. By default, it uses open authentication. Any nearby wireless client will be able to associate with it, So wireless security. So for 2.4, gamitin na natin yung WPA2 personal, for home office, or home office or small office, home office. Yan, WPA to personal. Kunyari mga 20 or 10 to 20 users only. The problem is the passphrase should be shared among the user, no? For encryption, meron tayong dalawa, TKeep and Advanced Encryption Standard. So gamitin na natin itong AES. So passphrase. Okay, so kuha tayo ng ating client. So dito sa packet tracer, halimbawa ito yung kanyang adapter, no? So ma-detect niya ngayon yan. So patuloy na nagbabato ng beacon yung ating wireless router, and then makikita po ng ating client, no? So to associate with this wireless router, select natin, no? Nag-iisa lang naman po yung ating SSID na nakikita. Connect tayo, and then our passphrase. Then check natin kung meron na po tayong Yan. So meron tayong IP address for our wireless adapter. So ganun lang po yung pag set up ng wireless LAN, So check natin, next slide. So may mga wireless router or wireless access point capable of for wireless mesh network, kagaya nito. So halimbawa meron tayong access point dito na merong pwedeng 2.4 din dito, no? 2.4 or isa lang yung ginagamit na SSID ko connect yung access point na ito at yung router natin. So para tayo nagkabit ng mga crossover cable. Okay, kaya lang sa packet tracer does not support this, pero meron akong ipapakitang demo para at least maging familiar din sa halos parehas na situation. Okay, so dito po sa topology na to, isa-set up ko as a bridge ito. Ibig sabihin ko connect siya dito via 5 gigahertz, no? And then itong laptop natin naka-configure na ito to connect doon sa 2.4 gigahertz. So ibig sabihin magkakaroon ng communication itong wired LAN, tatagos yan dito sa 5 gigahertz, and penetrate tayo dito. So check ko muna, no? Ang goal ko kasi dapat hindi mapoprovide ng DHCP service ito, yan, magagaling ang DHCP natin dito. So ngayon configure ko po muna yung kanyang 5 gigahertz, no? Yan, meron na pala, no? Yan, copy. Punta ako dito ngayon sa kabila. So may setup kasi tayo na automatic DHCP, static IP, o wireless AP, wireless bridge ang gagamitin natin sa kanya. So nakaset na siya sa wireless bridge, ilalagay na lang natin yung SSID kung saan siya kukonect. So check natin if kung walang password, no? Ayan, so walang password. So save muna natin siya. So ibig sabihin lang siya, pass through lang siya, no? Dadaan lang yung traffic sa kanya. Okay, so ito yung gagamitin ko LAN IP address, ano? Para sa ating DHCP. Lalagyan din natin mamaya ng radius for authentication dito, ano? So patatagusin muna natin yung IP address. Start siguro ako ng 10 or siguro so ito yung gagawin kong gateway 100.1 papalabas, no? Yan. So sa DNS sa DHCP service na natin siya ilalagay, DHCP service start IP address. Pwede tayo mag start ng 11. So for our default gateway 172.18.100.1, gamitin na lang natin DNS ito. Ayan. Or check muna natin, no? Ano ba ang sinetup ko dito sa internet portion? Ayun nga, DNS 888, no? So meaning ito galing to sa ISP, no? For example, so then ano pa ba, save, turn on. So dapat tatagos po yung yung addressing nito, pero palitan ko muna ng router IP address ito. So siya daw ay si 172.18, kalimutan ko, 101. So check natin if tumagos po yung DHCP service natin. Ayun, tumagos po yung DHCP service natin. Ibig sabihin able na to penetrate yan, ano? So dumadaan tayo dito sa 5 GHz frequency. Then dito sa radius natin, ayan. So itong radius server natin, nilagyan ko na rin ng IP address. So sa service, dito tayo sa services natin, AAA. Yan. Radius hindi pa siya naka-enable, no? So dito we're going to put the router name, halimbawa WRT or any name pwede naman, mahalaga dito yung IP address talaga niya, may tuturo natin siya, no? 100.1. So we need a secret key, no, that will be shared, no, between radius server saka dito. So halimbawa this is WRT secret. Puntahan ulit natin to para sa wireless security or wireless, tapos wireless security enterprise na tayo ngayon. So we put the IP address of our radio server, which is 3, and then yung secret, no, WRT WRT1 or WRT secret. shared secret key. So ayaw niya ng ayaw niya na merong hyphen, no? So palitan natin. WRT secret na lang, ganyan. Save. So madi-disconnect po yung ating client, so later babalikan natin yan. So let's try to ping muna siguro, no, from to this point, no, galing dito sa DHCP server natin, so para malaman natin kung makakalabas tayo na ng internet. Okay, so this is 2 kasi. So nakakalabas tayo. So meaning in reality makakatagos tayo sa internet. So para dito sa ating client, no, at mai-connect natin siya dito sa wireless router using radius authentication. Of course, we need a username here, no. Halimbawa, this is Bob. Tapos Bob Pass. So user Bob. So punta po tayo sa kanyang wireless, sa profile, new, halimbawa this is Bob, and then makikita po natin, dapat makikita na ayun yung WRT1, no? Yan po yung kukonektan natin, hindi po itong bridge P2P. So advance tayo. Then WPA to enterprise, input natin yung kanyang user, which is Bob, and then Bob Pass. So the good thing here, no, sa paggamit nitong radius authentication, we can create individual user account, no, para sa mga client natin. So wait for a moment, sometimes may delay po ito sa packet tracer. Save muna natin. Or let's try to ping. Gi-reply naman yung ating router, no. So, bakit kaya? Maybe we forgot something here. It's AAA. Yes, the service. Yon. So ipatay yung service para makakonect, diba? So ngayon connected na si user Bob, and then check natin if we are able to get an IP address. So for our adapter 111, no? So ping natin yung mga servers natin. So 172.80 na 100 100.2 3. So in reality pwede na tayo maka-access ito ng internet. Okay. So pwede rin naman na kunyari etong wireless router natin, no, merong feature na kung tawagin ay wireless internet service provider or WISP, no. pwede rin siyang mag-provide ng wireless dito sa client eh. Sa packet tracer kasi limited lang na ganito yung setup natin eh. Okay, so let's check so by default naka-NAT po tayo. Okay, not for IPv4. Typically isang IP address lang naman po yung ginagamit niya to translate yung private IP address natin internal papalabas ng internet. So some of the wireless router offers quality of service so check nga natin yung QoS dito sa ating device. May QoS dito eh. Quality of service. Dito mamimili tayo ng pwede tayo maglagay ng host, yung address, IP address, yung MAC address niya, and then we can set kung yan bang device na yan, yung kanya packet will be prioritized first, no? Kunyari, high priority for video, no? Okay, ilang naman yung laman nito, no? So, lang siya, simplified lang, no? Pero sa ibang, sa tunay na vendor, of course, mas complex pa rito. Makakapamili pa kayo ng mga protocol na pwedeng ilagay for quality of service. So, port forwarding the problem kasi, kunyari meron tayong dalawang user, si user Bob, si Sally, na merong wireless router sa kanilang bahay, naka-private tayo, private IP address. So, hindi pwedeng mag-uusap yung private to private IP address sa internet. So, for this, gamit tayo ng susunod na example. Yan, port forwarding. So, assume lang natin na may DSL tayo. DSL. Magkaibang location. Si Bob saka si Sally. Okay. So, meron na silang sariling wireless connection. So, meaning from Bob, mapiping niya na yung IP address ito. Kapag naping na natin yan yung IP address sa labas, ibig sabihin niya nakaka-access na tayo ng internet resources, no? So kaya lang the problem is dito kasi ang IP address niya ay 192.168.20.0/24. Private po yan, ang private IP address. So I think dito ay 192.168.10.0/24. Private din yan. So if we try to ping yung IP address nito, which is 2100 from this PC, ayan, so hindi siya makakalabas dyan, kasi non-routable yung ganyang klase ng IP address eh. What if merong service daw na gustong i-share etong si Bob, halimbawa gawa muna tayo dito ng kanyang website, sariling website, at gusto niya ipakita kay Sally. So this is HTML, head, so title, halimbawa Bob's web page. Then closing tag, so halimbawa body, then body bg color equals black. So halimbawa paragraph, no? So font color equals red, font size equals 40, halimbawa lang. Tapos yung action daw marquee, ano? Marquee. Tapos welcome to Bob's World. So closing tag for font or marquee muna. Save. So check muna natin yung sarili nating website, no? So sa desktop, yung sarili niyang IP address 192.168.10.100. Ayan dapat yung makikita ni Sally on this part, no? So gagamit tayo ng ng port forwarding. Ayan, so i-configure ni Bob yung router niya. Ayan, so dito po tayo sa ating web interface, sa bandang application and gaming, port forwarding, no? Port forwarding, ito lang yung meron tayo kay tawag dito kay packet tracer, no? So pwede po natin filter dito, halimbawa traffic HTTP, or pwedeng ano ba HTTPS, wala, no? HTTP. So external port or to IP address 10.100. Ayan po yung server. Okay, so ibig sabihin any source IP address going to that server makakapasok na. So enable natin siya. Okay, kaya lang we cannot use this IP address as destination dito sa web browser ni Sally, ano? Hindi po yun ang gagamitin natin. Ang gagamitin po natin kung ano po yung IP address dito sa internet port, no? 122.49.218.142 yung nakalagay dun eh. So 122.49.218.142. Yan, so nakatagos po yung traffic natin. Okay, ang ginamit na source na IP address si Sally ay ito, destination ay ito, pero bahala na po si Bob router na ipadala sa exact device na 1. Or 10.100, no? Ayan po ay port forwarding. So pwede niyo rin subukan yan sa inyong sa inyong computer, no? Kung meron kayong kaibigan na merong wireless router at may public IP address dito, ganoon din kayo. Subukan niyo port forwarding, no? Magpalitan kayo ng services. So, gawin din natin ito, kaya lang limited lang po yung yung feature ni packet tracer na sa wireless LAN controller. So, gamit na ako ng ibang or new file, no? So, for this demonstration wireless LAN controller, gamit ako ng switch natin na layer 3 para meron siyang PoE o power over ethernet feature. Therefore, hindi ko na po kailangan ng power adapter para sa lightweight access point. Ayan. So, multi-layer switch. Then, kailangan ko po ng controller, wireless LAN controller. So, gamitin ko na rin itong 35 op-or. Ayan. WLC. So, ikabit natin. Kunyari, gigabit 1, papunta rito. So, we need also a PC that will serve as management PC, ano. So this is halimbawa admin PC. So obtain muna tayo ng IP address. So sa default settings kasi nito, may DHCP service siya, no, na pwedeng gamitin as initial setup, no. So 192.168.1.1, papasukin natin yan sa web. So itong page na to, for initial configuration settings para sa ating wireless LAN controller. So halimbawa admin 123, tapos admin PA55, yun yung password natin. Pwede kayang admin, pwede. So for management IP address, pwede naman natin baguhin ito. Halimbawa gusto niyo 192.168.10.254. Ayan, tapos 255.255.255.0. So halimbawa meron daw tayong gateway router na 10.1. So VLAN 1 lang ang supported dito sa sa packet tracer. So therefore VLAN 1 lang ilagay natin. So system name WLC. So kailangan daw natin gumawa ng initial wireless access point, no, or service set identifier. Pwede naman tayo gumawa mamaya na iba, no, or gawin na natin dito, no, conference siguro. So conference Wi-Fi. Supported lang niya ay management VLAN. So after natin ma-modify yung IP address ng wireless LAN controller, as you can see, no, na hindi siya tumuloy doon sa web kasi nga nag-iba na yung IP address ito. So therefore, we need to configure a static IP dahil pansamantagal wala yung DHCP service, no? So balikan natin, ano bang IP natin? 10.254, 10.100 pwede, no? So ngayon, let's try to access again the wireless LAN controller using our web browser. So it should be HTTPS na. So iba na yung ating login, wireless LAN controller. Then so nandito na tayo ngayon, no? So ang gagawin natin susunod is go to our controller sa DHCP. Enable natin yung DHCP natin. Ayan, DHCP. So edit na lang natin siguro ito. So instead na uh, siguro pwede tayo mag-start ng 100. Matatapos tayo ng 253. Router 10.1. So DNS natin, pwede naman tong 888 pero siguro gamitin na lang natin din yung router natin. Okay. Then sa interface, meron siyang VLAN 1 management, no? So dito natin i-connect yung ating lightweight access point. Pero bago 'yun, i-configure natin tong port ng switch going to wireless LAN controller as trunk link. Kailangan kasi yan lalo na kung mag-allow tayo ng multiple VLAN. Although wireless LAN controller in the packet tracer does not support multiple VLAN, hanggang VLAN 1 lang tayo dito. Wala naman kailangan natin sa kanya. Pati pala yung connection natin doon sa wireless lightweight access point, no? Pili tayo ng lightweight access point. Ito na lang. LWAP. Okay, and then dahil meron na tayong power over ethernet dito sa layer 3 switch natin, we don't need this power adapter, no? So connect natin. Ayan, as you can see na may ilaw yan, yung link. Ito kailangan din to naka-trunk link din ito. In G103. So check natin if ito makaka-detect tayo ng wireless, or balikan natin muna ito para sa wireless natin, wireless LAN. So meron naman tayong conference wifi kanina so click nga natin. Yan, so siya ay nakakabit sa interface na management. Ngayon kung meron pa kayong VLAN na 2, 3, 4 and so on, dapat naka-associate siya doon, so for security, check natin if ubra ito. Hindi ubra yung server based authentication, hanggang pre-shared key lang siya. Ang gusto ko munang gawin is open authentication, although alam naman natin na maglalagay lang naman tayo dito ng passphrase para ma-enable na natin yung ating tawag dito security sa WPA2. So meaning none. Apply. So meron tayong i-enable na feature ng wireless LAN controller. Hanapin natin sa advanced. Kailangan naka-enable to. Ayan yung Flex Connect para ma-distribute niya yung configuration doon sa lightweight access point. So dito naman sa lightweight access point, gawin natin sa kanyang interface DHCP. Dapat makakuha yan ng IP address na ayan yung management. So let's try to use our laptop. Dapat makakita na tayo ng SSID, ano? SSID. Ayan, so connect tayo. So we are now able to connect to our lightweight access point. So meaning, pwede pang additional lightweight kasi kahit saang lugar ka, no? So yung configuration mo nanggaling dito, wala tayong ibang ginawa rito kundi make sure na merong IP address siya na connection papunta dito sa wireless LAN controller. So check nga natin kung meron na tayong IP address. Yan, so meron tayong IP address. So ping nga natin si 100. Ayan, gi-reply yung ating admin PC. So, limited lang capability nito. Ayan, security. Ayan, so maganda sana kung pwede natin makontak yung ating radio server. So therefore hanggang doon lang tayo. Hanggang pre-shared key lang ito. So wireless LAN controller have layer 2 switch port and virtual interfaces that are created in software and are very similar to virtual local area network interfaces. Each port can support many access point and wireless LAN. So ibig sabihin dito sa isang port pa lang na yan, maraming access point na pwedeng may kabit yan. No? So the port on wireless LAN controller are essentially trunk port that can carry traffic from multiple VLANs to a switch for distribution to multiple access point. So each access point can support multiple wireless LAN. So dito pinakita yung sample configuration niya, which is hindi naman uubra doon sa sa ating packet tracer, no? So therefore tapos na ito, no? Tapos na yung ating discussion dito sa troubleshooting. So troubleshooting approaches, no? So network problem can be simple or complex and can result from a combination of hardware, software, and connectivity issues. Technician must be able to analyze the problem and determine the cause of the error before they can resolve the network issue. This process is called troubleshooting. So troubleshooting any sort of network problem should follow a systematic approach. A common and efficient troubleshooting methodology is based on scientific method and can be broken into 6 main steps. So check na natin. 6 main step. Ito yung 6 main step. Step number 1, you should be able to identify the problem. So halimbawa hindi daw makakonect yung client. Okay. Then establish a theory of probable causes. Ano kayang posibleng issue bakit di makakonect yung client? Kung kunyari may na-generate kang tatlo, may naisip kang tatlong possibility, itetest mo yun isa-isa. Kung doon pa lang sa umpisa na test mo na at napagana mo na siya, ibig sabihin yun lang yung yun lang yung hanggang doon ka lang magte-test, no? So test the theory to determine the cause. Then establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. Of course, kapag nakita mo yung problema at alam mo na ngayon yung solution, verify full system functionality and implement preventive measures. No? Make sure na gumagana lahat. No? Hindi lang yung dahil hindi lang makakonect, na-connect mo na. Check mo baka kailangan baka mamaya mayroon pa palang hindi na-access yung client na hindi niya na subukan, no? Bago magkaroon ng problema. So sa mga malalaking organization, meron yung mga documentation para sa auditing, no? So document findings, action and outcome, no? So dito parang summary, ano yung naging problema, tapos ano yung naging step for troubleshooting, no? To resolve the problem or kung na-resolve ba, no? So ito, common, no? Wireless client not connecting. So if there is no connectivity, check muna natin to yung mga sunod, no? confirm the network configuration on the PC using ipconfig on Windows or IP space A, no, on Linux. Confirm that the device can connect to a wired network by using ping to a known IP address. If needed, reload drivers as appropriate for a client or try different wireless NIC. If the wireless NIC or client is working, check security mode, no, and encryption settings on the client. If the PC is operational but the wireless connection is performing poorly, check natin yung mga sumusunod, no. Is the PC out of the planned coverage area? Baka mamaya masyado nang malayo, no. Makikita naman niya sa mga signal bar, no. Check the channel settings on the wireless client. Baka mamaya merong overlapping channel dyan, no. Merong mga wireless access point na same frequency, same frequency, same channels. Check for interference, no, for 2.4 GHz band. Next, ensure that all devices are actually in place. Consider a possible physical security issue. Is there power to all devices and are they powered on? Then finally, inspect links between cable devices, looking for bad connector or damaged or missing cables. If the physical plant is in place, verify the wired LAN by pinging devices including access point. If connectivity still fails at this point, perhaps something is wrong with the access point or its configuration, no? Minsan nga ginagawa natin, nire-reset pa natin yung access point, no, para ma-refresh po yung configuration niya. So when the user PC is eliminated as the source of the problem and the physical status of a device is confirmed, begin investigating the performance of access point. Check the power status of an access point. Na minsan kasi yung mga access point natin nagpe-fail din yung power, eh. Minsan hardware na yon, no. Kunyari yung kagaya nito sa akin, yung aking device, minsan nadi-disconnect, nare-reconnect siya automatic sa wired saka sa wireless. Palagay ko yung ano na yung device, no. Kaya lang bibili pa ng bago, no. To optimize and increase bandwidth of 802.11 dual band router and access point, either upgrade your wireless client kagaya ng mga lumang laptop 802.11b, G, or even N. Devices can slow the entire wireless LAN for the best performance. All wireless devices should support the same highest acceptable standard. So, pwede naman daw natin split yung traffic kung meron tayong multiple or dual na nga, no, dual band, no. The easiest way to improve wireless performance is to split the wireless traffic between 802.11 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz band. Therefore, 802.11n or better can use two band, no, as two separate wireless network to help manage the traffic. There are several reasons though for using this approach. The 2.4 GHz band may be suitable for basic internet traffic that is not time sensitive. The bandwidth may still be shared with other nearby wireless LAN. 5 GHz band is much less crowded, no. Parang highway yan. Kasi bihira lang naman yung mga cellphone, no, ng user that support 5 GHz. And ideal daw yan for streaming multimedia. The 5 GHz band has more channel, therefore the channel chosen is likely interference free. Mas marami siya, no, na non-overlapping channel. So by default, dual band router and access point use the same network name on both 2.4 GHz band and 5 GHz band. It may be useful to segment the traffic. The simplest way to segment traffic is to rename one of the wireless network, no? So pag-iibahin, no, maganda yung ganun. To improve the range of a wireless network, ensure wireless router or access point location is free of obstructions such as furniture, fixtures, and tall appliances. This block the signal which shorten the range of the wireless LAN. If this still does not solve the problem, then the Wi-Fi range extender or deploying the power line wireless technology may be used. So of course, no, Most wireless router and access point offer upgradable firmware, no, that should be periodically verified. Ayan, of course, yung wireless LAN controller natin, since this is a Cisco device, no, meron niyang support, no, for firmware. Ano ba ino-offer niya? Di mga features saka security, security enhancement, no. Karon din naman yung mga home router. Kaya lang, ang home router minsan one time lang siya, one time lang yung update niya. Tapos pagka naluma na, bibili ka na naman ng bago, no. Ayun lang regarding dito sa video na to. I hope you're able to understand, no, yung the way na nag-configure tayo at may apply ito sa tunay na, no, sa tunay na network, no. So thank you for viewing.